a lot of talking. He's trying to show that he's a front runner. He put on for the people that he come with, because he think they thugs and shit like that. But I'm telling you,
that's how you do is talk.
It's a different beast in front of him.
Mentally, I feel like the fight won. Yeah, I feel like the fight won mentally already, just cause like I'm doing everything that I need to do, you know.
Gervonta Davis has just leaked his sparring footage with Frank Martin, creating significant buzz in the boxing community. Moreover, Gervonta recently launched a scathing attack on Eddie Hearn, labeling him a snake in a suit. He also stood up for Ryan Garcia, following Garcia's recent positive test for PEDs. Earlier this week, Hearn proposed the idea that Haney ought to pursue the annulment of his defeat in light of Ryan's test outcomes. Should this come to fruition, Haney would revert back to his pristine 31-0 record, effectively wiping away the ignominy of his loss. Talking about this issue, Gervonta said, "Eddie is a snake in a suit, that's all. He let Conor Benn test positive, and he was still going to let him fight." Gervonta said that Hearn's fighter Dillian Whyte was allowed to fight after testing positive. He added, "Dillian Whyte, after he tested positive? I didn't even know that. He's a snake, bro. He's bad for business." When asked if he'd be interested in fighting Conor Benn, another one of Hearn's fighters, he added, "Yes, if he's off that but no, because I can't trust Eddie Hearn. You can't at all. He's a snake in a suit." Looks like the showdown between Tank Davis and Conor Benn won't grace our screens anytime soon. Frankly, I doubt American enthusiasts were eagerly anticipating such a collision of mismatched proportions. Even prior to Benn's unfortunate test results, the appetite for such a bout among US fans seemed rather lacking. Meanwhile, Gervonta's vocal support for Ryan Garcia amidst the controversy surrounding his drug results adds another layer of intrigue to the ongoing narrative in the boxing world. Davis's remarks shed light on the timing of the test results and raise questions about the motives behind their release. Gervonta said, "I'm backing Ryan because a lot of boxers are going at him. It took 72 hours for the test to come out after the fight. Why didn't it come out that Tuesday? They waited until the Canelo fight to push that he had something in his drug." His assertion that it took 72 hours for the test results to surface after the fight with Devin Haney highlights a perceived delay in the disclosure process. By questioning why the results weren't made public earlier, he insinuates a deliberate timing aimed at maximizing the impact of the revelation. The juxtaposition with the Canelo fight, a high-profile event in the boxing calendar, suggests a strategic attempt to capitalize on the spotlight for maximum exposure. Moreover, Davis challenges the narrative surrounding Garcia's performance against Haney, pointing out perceived flaws in the argument that he exhibited enhanced strength or performance due to the alleged use of steroids. By contrasting Garcia's performance against Haney with his own bout against him, Davis implies that any advantage gained from performance-enhancing substances would have been evident in Garcia's physicality and overall performance. However, according to Davis, Garcia's performance did not align with expectations if he had indeed been using them. He added, "Then, when they pushed that, Devin was on ESPN that night promoting that. Ryan looked worse against Haney than against me. He was just a bigger person, much slower. If Ryan was on something, he would have had brick hands and everything would have been strong." Tank Davis isn't buying into any of those alibis. He sees it plainly. Haney's just not up to par and too oblivious to thwart Ryan's onslaught of left hooks throughout the entire match. Moreover, Gervonta voiced his critique of Devin Haney's performance, attributing his defeat against Garcia to his stationary stance, which left him vulnerable to repeated left hooks throughout their bout. Haney's perpetual inclination to remain stationary played directly into Ryan's favor, as his expertise lies in delivering swift and powerful short left hooks. Devin remained within Ryan's striking range throughout the night, failing to adapt after being rocked in both the initial and 7th rounds. Haney could have implemented changes at the outset to evade Ryan's potent left hook, but alas, he was unable to do so due to his tendency to clinch. Haney's strategy heavily relies on persistent grappling, which he employs to stifle his opponent's offensive maneuvers. Remarkably, referees turn a blind eye to his tactics, refraining from issuing penalties or warnings. Tank said, "Look at Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, then look at my fight versus Ryan. If Ryan looked any different, he probably looked worse versus Haney. Bigger, much slower. He only hit him with the same punch I told everybody. A hook, a hook, a hook." Devin was sitting right there to be caught with the hook. Tank makes the argument that subsequent fighters Haney sees at 140 will exploit the tendencies he showed in his defeat to Ryan. From the very start, Haney's game has harbored these imperfections, yet he's skirted by largely unnoticed. His limited exposure to formidable opponents prior to Ryan was evident. Vasily Lomachenko stood as his sole notable adversary. While his defeat to Loma was clear, the decision bestowed upon Haney by the judges sparked controversy. Tank added, "And they were talking about this guy as pound for pound. Come on, he's trash, he's trash." His defense of Garcia underscores a broader skepticism within the boxing community regarding the handling of drug testing protocols and the portrayal of athletes in the media. His vocal support for Garcia not only challenges the prevailing narrative, but also highlights the complexities and controversies inherent in professional boxing. On the other hand, Gervonta stirred controversy with his recent remarks on Claressa Shields' looks, sparking backlash from numerous fans across social media platforms. Everything began when Shields posted a statement on X saying that Tank had negative feelings for Devin Haney. She tweeted, "Tank really just don't like Devin Haney and it shows." In his initial response to the piece, Davis expressed his distaste for The Dream. He said, "I don't like you, Devin, and the rest of you all. Now what's up?" One person in the comments section mocked Shields and agreed with Tank. The fan said, "Finally someone said it, cause she's really shady too." In response, Davis made a disparaging statement regarding the gold medalist's appearance at the Olympics. He said, "I would be too... look how she looks." Many X-users expressed their disagreement with Davis's post in the comments area. The 29-year-old statement was deemed cruel by one person. The fan said, "That's kinda mean." A different individual voiced their annoyance at seeing two of their favorite boxers argue on social media. The fan said, "My two favorites are fighting." One person went on to defend Shields in the comments section, mocking Tank's stature. On a real note, on the subject of looks, you are no model. I don't specifically like Claressa, but you are a sado talking about a girl's looks when you're literally like 5 feet. Little man syndrome. Also, at least she's progressed or proven. Claressa Shields saw Gervonta Davis's statement regarding her appearance and replied in the comments, in addition to her admirers. She said, "I'm dissing you on a song next, midget. I got a great verse for you, champ." As you can see, Claressa and Gervonta have found themselves at odds with each other. These prominent boxers in their respective weight divisions are currently engaged in a heated exchange on social media. In the latest developments, she has criticized Tank, while also involving his mother in response to remarks he made about her appearance. Shields shared a picture featuring Tank's mother, Kenya Brown, alongside him on X. In her captions, she addressed remarks made by Gervonta, referring to her as a dog. Emphasizing her determination, Shields stated she would draw inspiration from strong black women like Brown and herself to counter any disparaging comments made by men towards black women. She wrote, "Now Gervonta, remember the strength and grace of our mothers, the strong black women who raised us. This is your lovely mom. Like me, I hope she would take offense to any so-called man, son or not, calling another black woman, me, a dog, or better yet, putting their hands on one. Keep coming for me, Tank. You look dumb, and keep using your ass brand to try to tear us down. I'm gonna keep using mine and your mama's beautiful face to uplift us." Before this incident, Tank made it clear on his social media platform that he harbored no fondness for Haney and the rest of them. However, as the boxing community weighed in on the escalating conflict between the two fighters, a spectator pointed out that Claressa Shields had some questionable behavior. Meanwhile, the prospect of a potential showdown between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson has ignited excitement within the boxing community, with fans eagerly anticipating a clash between two of the sport's top pound-for-pound fighters. The verbal exchanges between the two fighters have only served to intensify the anticipation surrounding the potential matchup. Tank Davis, known for his explosive power and aggressive fighting style, has made his intentions clear by expressing his desire to face Shakur Stevenson in the ring. Davis's confidence is palpable as he boldly declares his intention to stop Stevenson, signaling his readiness to take on the challenge posed by the highly skilled featherweight contender.
Say, is there anyone you want to fight?
Yeah, Shakur.
Why?
Talk a lot.
And what happens in that fight?
I stop it. All you gonna do is work.
I saw you posted it's Tank against everybody.
Stevenson, equally eager for the opportunity to test his skills against top-tier competition, has responded to Davis's call-out with enthusiasm. In a tweet directed at Davis, Stevenson expresses his readiness to engage in battle, indicating his willingness to make the fight a reality. His words reflect a fighter who is both confident in his abilities and eager to prove himself against elite competition. He said, "Finally start talking my language. Let's make that shit happen then." The back-and-forth exchange between Davis and Stevenson has captured the attention of fans and pundits alike, fueling speculation about the potential outcome of a matchup between the two fighters. With both athletes expressing their desire to face off in the ring, anticipation continues to build as boxing enthusiasts eagerly await further developments regarding the proposed bout. As negotiations progress and details regarding the potential fight emerge, the boxing world will be watching closely, eager to witness what promises to be a thrilling showdown between two of the sport's brightest stars. On the other hand, Tank made a solid statement before the Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia fight. Amidst the fervent excitement, messages Messages of support and encouragement flooded in for the fighters. Notably, Davis extended his heartfelt admiration and well wishes specifically to Canelo, who eventually secured a victory in this bout. Just moments prior to the commencement of the main event, DAZN, the pay-per-view collaborator for the showdown, shared exclusive glimpses from behind the scenes. Among the captivating visuals, viewers caught sight of Tank casually mingling with the Jalisco-based fighter. While the fighter geared up in sleek black and blue boxing attire, Tank maintained his signature style with a hoodie, sparkling diamond adornments, neatly braided hair, and a vibrant red cap. The unexpected camaraderie witnessed between these fighters behind the scenes might raise eyebrows considering their recent spat. Following Tank's victory over Ryan Garcia last year, his confidence soared, boldly declaring himself as the boxing world's new standard-bearer. However, Canelo, who considers himself to be in the position, said in an interview, "I'm not retired yet, my friend. They can say whatever they want, but you know, it's not that easy. One fight doesn't put you in that position. You need to do a lot of things." In reply, Tank fired verbal shots at Canelo, pointing out his lack of an undefeated record and contrasting it with his own unblemished status. However, after meeting Davis for the first time before the Jaime Munguia fight, Canelo said, "I like his style. I like Gervonta. It was good to meet him." However, with these new images surfacing, spectators are chiming in with a diverse array of reactions. Someone made a joke about Canelo's wealth. In case Tank needed the dinero, he advised him to follow up with Alvarez. The fan said, "Better call Saul when you want to see that dinero, Tank." Another observer pointed out a shift in the interactions among the fighters over the past year. Those who were previously exchanging jabs now appear friendly, sharing smiles and cordiality. The user added, "I swear these guys, boxers, turn on each other fast." A supporter jumped into the conversation, bringing up the notorious face of boxing debacle. They pointed out that Canelo holds the title of boxing's face in the present, while Tank is just a spectator. This probably didn't sit too well with Davis. The fan expressed, "The face of boxing Canelo" with a fan. A different user analyzed the contrasting approaches of the two fighters. They observed that Canelo consistently embraced every challenge thrown his way, whereas Tank tended to evade many significant challenges. However, it could be countered by pointing to Tank's confrontation with David Benavidez. The fan mentioned, "The big difference is that one guy fought all the best and took on all the top opponents, while the other guy is avoiding them. Canelo faced GGG, Kovalev, Floyd, Cotto, Lara, etc., while Tank is avoiding these A-level opponents, aka Loma, Shakur, Haney, Teofimo, Zepeda, Subriel, etc." Another observer pointed out that Floyd Mayweather might not appreciate seeing his former protege, Tank, spending time with Canelo, a boxer he once fought. The fan said, "Floyd's not gonna like this." With the recent rift between Tank and Money, could this video stir up even more controversy? Now, let's talk about the WBA lightweight world title defense match between Tank and Frank Martin. In a recent face-off, security had to separate the two after Davis slapped Martin's hand away after their initial confrontation. Davis stated that Frank was doing a lot of talking and trying to demonstrate that he was a frontrunner. He mentioned that it would be a different situation for Frank on June 15th and emphasized that nobody accompanying him would be able to assist him. Additionally, Davis expressed frustration, noting that there was a lot of built-up tension and that he would direct it towards Frank, regretting that it had to be him.
It's a different beast in front of him. Nobody that's walking with him, holding him hand in hand, is not going to be able to save him June the 15th. I'm telling you. And it's a lot of shit built up. It's a lot built up. And I'm going to take it out on him. Sorry that it's going to be him. I'm telling you. I promise you. I see y'all June the 15th.
Well, the tension between Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis was palpable during a recent press conference, as the two fighters engaged in a heated exchange of words ahead of a potential matchup. Martin, known for his underdog mentality, expressed his determination to prove himself in the ring, emphasizing that he has faced adversity throughout his career.
I've been working for it, you know. I've been an underdog in this, and since I started.
This y'all boy.
From the beginning.
The ones y'all roll with.
You know, so.
This y'all boy.
Like,
don't even
now,
talk
you know,
like you mean it.
This is like, you see, you gotta talk.
You don't talk like you mean it.
You doing all that tweeting. You doing all that tweeting. Let me talk.
That's what I do when I'm in camp.
Let me talk.
I tweet.
Let me talk.
There ain't nothing else to do.
Didn't you say you don't do all that talking?
I'd rather tweet than be outside.
Didn't you say you don't do all that talking? Huh? All right then. Didn't you say you don't do all that talking?
You'll see.
Yeah,
I promise you will see.
I don't, and y'all know I don't do all that talking.
And the people that's rolling with you, they gonna see.
Y'all know I don't do all that talking.
That guy right there,
hey,
he who he say he is.
Y'all know I don't do all that talking.
I'm telling you. Look at him.
Everybody
look at his eyes.
Look
and
at
y'all,
him.
the ones that roll with him, look at his eyes. Look how he
Look at him.
he's not that.
However, Davis, never one to shy away from confrontation, quickly interjected, asserting his dominance in the conversation. Davis dismissed Martin's claims, suggesting that Martin has yet to face an opponent of his caliber. He confidently declared his intention to touch Martin up in the ring, displaying a level of bravado characteristic of the undefeated champion. The exchange grew more intense as Davis took aim at Martin's background, suggesting that they come from vastly different worlds. Davis's remarks bordered on personal, as he made disparaging comments about Martin's personal life, particularly targeting his significant other.
Two dogs.
He's from the suburbs.
It's two
He's
dogs.
from the suburbs.
I ain't from no motherfucking
Him
suburbs.
don't got nothing
You
in
don't know me.
common.
You don't know me. What you talking
But
about?
the
You
little
sound
female
crazy.
he got.
That's the problem.
But that little female he got, well, she probably around here somewhere. I'll catch up with her.
Wait, hey.
Martin, undeterred by Davis's provocations, continued to assert himself in the conversation, refusing to back down from the verbal sparring match. The tension between the two fighters reached a boiling point as they traded insults, with neither willing to concede ground to the other. The confrontation culminated in Davis pulling out his phone to show Martin footage of their previous sparring sessions, using it as evidence of his superiority in the ring. The exchange lasted for several minutes, with both fighters passionately defending their honor and staking their claim to victory in any potential matchup. Ultimately, the press conference concluded with both fighters parting ways, but the animosity between Martin and Davis remained palpable. However, Frank Martin, the challenger, is confident that he has already outmatched Davis. In prior sparring sessions, Gervonta and Martin clashed, with Gervonta seemingly coming out on top. Nonetheless, Martin dismisses it as mere sparring, suggesting that off days happen to fighters. The extent of Martin's struggle against Tank remains ambiguous, but it seems it wasn't his finest moment. In his interview with Fight Hub TV, Frank Martin exuded confidence as he discussed his upcoming bout with Gervonta. Martin began by emphasizing his mental preparation for the fight, expressing his belief that victory is already assured in his mind. He highlighted his meticulous approach to studying Davis's fighting style and formulating a game plan tailored to exploit his opponent's weaknesses.
Breaking him down, studying him. The game plan is crazy, you know. So it's a lot of them guys he get in there with is not like me, you know. They're not like me. So the game plan that we got, man, is we go in there and capitalize off the game plan. I think it'll be a crazy night.
Martin's confidence stemmed from his belief that he possesses a unique skill set that sets him apart from Davis's previous opponents. He acknowledged Davis's formidable strength, but emphasized that relying solely on brute force would not be sufficient to secure victory against a fighter of Davis's caliber. Instead, Martin stressed the importance of boxing skill and strategy, asserting that he would need to capitalize on Davis's defensive vulnerabilities to emerge victorious. The key to Martin's strategy lies in his ability to outmaneuver Davis and capitalize on his opponent's weaknesses. He pointed out that Davis's recent fights have often been closely contested, or even saw Davis trailing before securing victory with a decisive blow. Martin intends to avoid falling into this pattern by employing a tactical approach that allows him to pull away from Davis and secure a clear advantage.
I think y'all gonna see a pull away. Yeah, y'all gonna see a pull away. You know, I mean, he always getting beat by guys. When he fighting his last 5 fights, it's either real close or he getting beat by a guy and then boom, he land that big shot. You know, but a lot of them guys they not me.
By focusing on his boxing prowess and strategic game plan, Martin believes he has the formula for success against Davis. He exuded confidence in his ability to execute his game plan effectively and emerge victorious on fight night. As the anticipation for the matchup continues to build, fans eagerly await the clash between Martin and Davis, eager to see if Martin's confidence will translate into a memorable victory in the ring. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis is capturing attention, and this time it's not for his prowess in the ring. While diligently preparing for his upcoming bout against Frank, the American boxer's remarkable physical transformation has become the talk of the town, sending fans into a frenzy. What feats have the WBA lightweight title holder accomplished? Just recently, a video surfaced online showcasing his impressive physique, clearly bulked up and finely chiseled. Yet instead of earning praise, fans took to mocking him. What were their jests? Before his fight, the 29-year-old fighter was reportedly at 4 to 5% body fat, according to Boxing Kingdom, which posted the video. They wrote, "Boxing star Gervonta Davis absolutely ripped leading up to his bout against against Frank Martin, estimated between 4 to 5% body fat. Fans, who had indulged in a bit of banter at the store, vehemently disputed the assertion. Particularly noteworthy is the practice among many bodybuilders of maintaining a fat percentage close to 5% prior to tournaments and competitions. This ensures that muscles, veins, and striations stand out prominently. However, this time, the situation was different. The deviation from the norm became a central topic as fans inundated the comment section. One fan observed that Davis was looking huge. They wrote, "Bro looking huge WTF." Another user debated how one doesn't lose body fat after cutting water. They announced, "Not true, when you cut water weight, your body barely loses fat." Similarly, someone replied, "Not even close to 4 to 5%. He'd pass out in 2 rounds fighting at that BFP." A comment guessed the Baltimore native's body fat to be closer to 12%. Meanwhile, a boxing fan mocked Davis as he declared, "Baby legs LOL." A fan theorized that Davis was building his body for endurance and preparing for the Frank Martin fight. They said, "He knows he has to box against Frank, so he built his body for endurance." Don't care what anybody says. This is Tank's toughest opponent ever, and he is respecting it as such. This is going to be a great fight. Someone in the comments threw a jibe at Boxing Kingdom and stated, "These accounts don't know fitness. They see a guy with abs and estimate he's at 4 to 6% body fat." Another comment also played down Davis's physique as they announced, "Calling him absolutely ripped is an insane overstatement. He looks okay LOL. He doesn't even have a six-pack right now either." The anticipation for the showdown between Davis and Martin continues to build, with both fighters exuding confidence in their abilities to emerge victorious. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.